Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to take what usually feels like a really boring tech chore and completely transform it into your ultimate digital superpower. Have you ever wished you could just snap your fingers and instantly find that missing essay? Well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're focusing heavily on mastering file management techniques. We're essentially going to teach you how to organize, optimize, and completely bulletproof your digital backpack.
Let's start with a situation that honestly, we all know a little too well. Picture this. It's literally 5 minutes before your big assignment is due. You are staring at a completely cluttered computer desktop, just filled with a sea of random, unnamed icons, desperately trying to find that one specific document. The pure panic sets in, right? You know you saved it, but where on earth is it? The average person wastes hours every single year just looking for lost digital files. But if this sounds familiar, do not worry. This is exactly what we're going to fix today.
So here is your digital toolkit to banish that messy desktop forever. Smart folder organization, file naming conventions, file compression, defragmentation, and cloud storage. Let's just jump right in.
Okay, starting off with Section 1, Taming Your Digital Mess. Now, if we go by the book, file management refers to the systematic organization, manipulation, storage, retrieval, and control of digital data within a computer system. It sounds complicated, right? Let's drop the textbook for a second. Think of this simply as packing your school backpack smartly. When you organize your physical folders with dividers and labels, you instantly know exactly where your math or science work is. Well, your computer's file system is just a digital version of that exact same backpack. Effective file management ensures easy access and helps you secure your data so you never lose it.
Moving right along to Section 2, Smart Folders and Naming. It's actually incredibly simple to create a digital container for your work, yet so many of us rarely do it. All you have to do is right-click an empty space on your desktop, choose New, and click Folder. Boom! Instantly, you have a home for your files. Instead of leaving all your homework scattered randomly on the desktop, you can group everything into folders nicely named by subject or term.
But here's the catch. A folder is really only as good as its name. Naming a file document 1 or, final underscore really final is just a recipe for disaster. You've got to use consistent descriptive names so you can identify what's inside without even opening it. Also, and this is super important if you're a Windows user, you have to avoid certain characters like asterisks, question marks, colons, or slashes. The operating system actually uses these characters for specific coding commands, so it just won't allow them in file names. Beyond just naming things well, good file management techniques mean structuring your folders by project, it means using version control when you're collaborating with classmates, and sometimes it even means setting up automated rules to sort files for you in the background.
All right, Section 3, Shrinking Files with Compression.
So, file compression is exactly what it sounds like. It's a really clever technique used to reduce the size of files or folders by encoding their data in a much more efficient way. Imagine if you could magically shrink your big, bulky textbooks so they take up just a tiny fraction of the space in your bag, but all the words inside remained perfectly intact. That'd be amazing, right? Well, compression formats like zip and rar do exactly this to your digital data. Not only does it save you precious storage space, but it also conserves bandwidth, which makes transferring files over the internet or via email significantly faster.
Let's actually turn this into a skill you can use right now on a Windows computer. It's built right into the operating system. Just follow these 4 super easy steps. First, right-click the hefty file or folder you want to shrink. Then, hover over the Send To option. Next, click on Compressed Zipped Folder. And finally, just type a name for your new zipped file. That is literally it. Now your massive media project is perfectly sized to email straight to your teacher.
Next up, Section 4, Fixing Speed with Defragmentation.
So over time, as you create, modify, and delete files, the data on a traditional hard drive gets kind of scattered. This is what we call fragmentation. Defragmentation is the process used to optimize your drive's performance by rearranging all that fragmented data. Think of it like a really messy, disorganized bookshelf. Instead of having volumes of an encyclopedia scattered randomly across different shelves and rooms, defragmentation goes in and groups them all neatly together in perfect sequence.
Let's look a little closer at the actual mechanics here. When your drive is fragmented, the physical read and write head of the hard disk literally has to dart all over the spinning platters, hunting for the different scattered pieces of your file. This mechanical movement wastes a ton of time and results in incredibly slow access speeds. But a defragmented drive reorganizes that data into contiguous, side-by-side blocks.
The drive head simply reads the data in one smooth, continuous motion. It keeps everything neatly stacked for lightning-fast loading and just a much smoother computing experience overall.
And finally, Section 5, Power of Cloud Storage.
This brings us to a really critical comparison: local storage versus cloud storage. Local storage means saving your data on physical hardware, like the hard disk drives or solid-state drives that are locked inside your school's ICT lab computer or your personal laptop at home. Cloud storage, on the other hand, means saving your digital data on remote servers hosted by third-party providers. The absolute beauty of the cloud is that it is accessed securely over the internet. Your files aren't tied to one specific machine anymore. They live online, ready for you to access from absolutely any internet-connected device in the world.
And there are some incredible, totally free options available for us today. Services like Google Drive offer a massive 15 gigabytes of space for free, and it seamlessly ties into your Gmail and Google Docs. Microsoft OneDrive is fantastic for automatic backups if you're on a Windows PC. If security is your absolute top priority, Sync provides 5 gigabytes with heavy built-in encryption, and Amazon Drive is another great option for storing media and documents. By adopting cloud storage as your go-to file management technique, you might literally never have to suffer the heartbreak of putting your USB flash drive through the washing machine ever again.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to take a hard look at your own computer desktop right now. If your physical hard drive crashed this very second, how much of your hard work would just vanish forever? Don't leave it to chance. Which of these file management techniques will you use today to bulletproof your digital life? Are you going to set up some smart folders, compress those bulky files, or finally back everything up to the cloud? The power is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy organizing.